Do you think brands in Ghana understand creators and vice versa?
People come to us and they see creators like their billboards.
Well, I think Meister said it best. Brands see creators like billboards. I mean, they see them as placement vehicles.
I like Kula. He's famous, so just give him this money and let him post this for me. So if let's say Kula ends his post by saying Yanko, they expect that, and they can come to you and say, "Oh no," end it by saying thank you for banking with us. Like for example, a lot of brands now doing podcasts, like banks.
Yeah.
And as they're doing a podcast, they're running the podcast like it is
Production
GTV.
How do we change that? As in, make the companies stop seeing creators as billboards.
Creators need to understand the kind of limitless power they have. You've built that audience over time. If you say, I say you should go and buy this thing, they will go and buy it.
You are not their boss that you are saying, sit here, don't go here. No, you work for them.
So last year I was here with my guests over here. We had the first edition of this Nameless pod, but then we had to discontinue it based on some things that would come to light. But then, yeah, we are here again, and I'm here with my guests one more time. Mr. Meister, you know him. Yes.
The Meister.
The brand Meister. Senior man in the game.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. As always.
And also we have a PR Meister.
I'll take it. It's okay.
Yes.
I'll take it.
A PR, a PR guru. Yes.
I'll take it.
Keni Ribeiro.
You didn't add that I'm an employee of Headless.
Yes.
Why? It's like you don't want to add me to the group. Why?
She's part of the Cotton Nation.
Yeah,
I don't
Cotton
understand.
Nation, she's part. Yes.
Okay.
And also we have Olele Salvador, deep throat sauce.
when you say deep throats, the things I think about.
BTS.
I mean, now it's DTS.
It's
DTS, yeah.
Kiss needs to sponsor your
DTS
thing.
DTS.
You should
So,
let-
A
you should let
possible
Kiss-
collaboration.
Should let Kiss sponsor your thing?
Kiss?
Yeah. Just, I mean, make sex great again. Deep throat sauce.
You have to let the camera pan to the person you're referring to.
That's a beautiful cap.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so just last year, we were all here, but in the other studio.
Yeah.
And now we are in the new studio. First off, what are your thoughts of Headless YouTubers' growth?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So first of all, as you know, I've been saying that I'm really proud of your growth. I think that from the moment you told me who you were, I was excited about the possibilities, and I've actually seen it play out in multiple ways in terms of monetization, in terms of sponsorships, even in terms of the growth of the channel. So we just seen the studio. It's obviously very capital intensive. Life is going on for you. I'm very happy for you, and I'm just eager to hear what the future would hold for you. Also, I told you I came with a question: how you are handling revealing and the backlash that has come with that? Because there was a period where it's like everything you tweet, someone is coming at you, and I'm like, this is probably because you revealed. If you were just headless, it wouldn't be as personal. So beyond that, I think it's been a really good trajectory. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll answer your question.
I mean, Kenny has said it all. I think we had an extensive conversation last year,
Yeah.
talking about the pros and cons. I think we've seen more of the pros, even though we've seen some of the cons, but more of the pros. I mean, now you are getting into meetings, you're having conversations with brands. Brands can put a face, even though there wasn't a face, but a face. I mean, Headless YouTuber was a face in itself, but that was a face of mystery. Now you are a face of a media company, Headless Media. So you're not just like an individual, you're also like, a new media company owner. And I think brands would want to associate with people who are building institutions. And in a year, we've seen that you've moved away from just being that guy to being the guy who's also building within the creator economy. So I guess it justifies what your instincts were telling you. For most of us, we were just worried, but I think you've moved a lot with your instincts, and that has obviously paved a lot of employable opportunities for people here. And that's what the creator economy exists for. So I think it's motivating, it's encouraging, it's also inspiring to see how far you've come. I saw when you put a video on Twitter about the new space,
Yeah.
like people who probably did not even follow you or didn't know about you, in essence, right, were congratulating you and they were like, oh, wow, you know. So that tells you that Charlie, a year has done a lot since the reveal, and it's only up from here, really.
Right. Thank you.
My turn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite evident the growth, right? If we're to do quick math. Previously, you were just sitting in front of a screen, just you. And if you were making 5 CDs of that, now you have Crime to the Crime, you have Talk to Kula. I mean, we took us round and we've seen quite a number of shows. So even if we're doing quick math and you're getting 5 CDs on the one that you're just sitting there, I mean, covered up, and we're multiplying that by 4. That's 20 Ghana. So I'll send my mom one. Thank you.
Now to
My
answer your
dollar
question,
account.
yeah,
I will share my
dollar
account.
account. Oja. Now to answer your question, I'm still the same. I'm still tweeting what I tweet, and for the social media people, I don't really care about them like that too, because I know the trolls will definitely troll. There are some people that they don't even say anything. You can just come and tweet dots, and people will drag you. And like you said, it got to a point where that was happening to me.
Just like for 3 weeks. I was like,
Yeah.
what's happening with this guy? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the agenda boys. Sometimes they can put their eye on you that this guy will go drag them. And it's up to you to either let it get to you or you just go GI. Those of us who were on Twitter since like 2009, 2010, we've been through all these before. We've been through all these before. We know these things. It's normal. And within a short time, they'll definitely move to a new topic. So yeah, just for allow the kids be kids.
Because I saw like a concentrated agenda, or should I say a concentrated effort, if I could recall properly. There was a gentleman, well, hopefully he's a gentleman, who said that I think it was a Champions League fixture, Champions League match. And he said after that, we're going to come to Headless because he uses content on Twitter or on X to promote his YouTube or whatever. And I think you had an issue, not an issue. I think it was just a fiasco with the medical situation, right? And it was an honest mistake, right? But for some reason, there seemed to have been a backlash that trickled down into all of the efforts and the investments. And the question I was asking myself was, so if you were still mysterious, you didn't have a face to this brand,
There will be no direct
there will be no
link.
direct
Exactly.
link. You get me? So these are some of the things I think about, because I'm sure there's somebody out there who's also thinking, okay, I could be the next mysterious creator or brand, and having to look at the pros and cons like some of these things.
Yeah.
They could really stare, into your face and say like, look, Master, don't try. So at that time, what were you like? That whole medical backlash,
Oh,
the fans, everything. How
I
did you carry
wanted,
on?
I could have. There were certain things I actually wanted to tweet, but
Okay.
right now
You
I
can't
don't
just
take
tweet by
I don't
heart.
take decisions alone.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't take decisions alone. So sometimes order from above to go fit tell you say, don't do this, don't do that, and stuff like that.
when
So
you
I
say
just
when you say you don't take decisions alone,
Yeah.
for those who don't know, including me,
yeah.
You see, he's doing it
have
again.
you, have you, is it like Headless Media is now a conglomerate? Do you have
Oh,
board
no.
members? Do you have board directors?
It's
Do you have
not board of directors, but in my life I have.
Oh,
board of
that
directors.
one.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
my executive director told me,
If you know,
"Don't
you
do
know.
this.
If you don't know,
don't let these small boys get a chance to talk to you anyhow.
Right,
So don't tweet
right,
these
right.
things and stuff like that." And I
Okay.
just had to listen to.
That makes
you get
sense.
You get it.
And then
But
one,
anyway,
But I'm curious about the response on Twitter. When you post on Instagram, TikTok, is it the same thing?
No.
Every social media platform has its own mentality and behavior. There are some people who are some way on Instagram and they go on Twitter and they are a different person. Usually Twitter thrives on trolls and all these things. These same people, if you go on Instagram, they are probably just being gentle over there. You go on LinkedIn, they have a different persona over there. So it's just the environment. It's because Twitter is known right now like some toxic place, and now that Elon Musk is paying people for engagement, people just want engagement. So if they see that this is the topic of discussion or people are dragging this person, what can I say to add to the dragging that will give me engagement? Then they will go all out and tweet whatever they want to tweet. It's normal.
Yeah, and I
It
just
happens.
think that just shows you that you should not even mind them. Just focus
Yeah.
and do your thing. I mean, me, I
But
don't mind
I
trolls
am
anymore.
worried. I am worried because it's becoming an incubator of toxic creators. Because these guys can also identify themselves as creators.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the creator economy, you have to look at the good and the bad. Such things empower them, emboldens them to do these things and call themselves creators. People have built their pages on infamy. Like, I don't want to give an example, but there's a particular
with your
example
chest.
that we all know. We've seen that example in certain rooms.
We all know.
Oh yeah, I
don't
mean
know.
he's very notorious.
Who's that?
He
Do
has
you know who you're
thrived
talking
on the
about?
notoriety, and he's found himself in certain rooms. I've
Oh,
had
okay.
some-
I
you
know.
what I'm saying?
Maybe he's
I
hiding.
know.
Maybe he's hiding.
You get me? You know, and I look back, I'm like, okay, we are not really doing well as a country in terms of what the creator economy can do for us. Like, as much as the opportunities are there, the revenue aspect is still a challenge. And so people have had to make a choice whether they need to go through the narrow or the broader, path. And people like this one I'm talking about serves as a
So why are
good
you afraid to
example.
mention his name?
No, because I don't want to give it that.
I get it.
but
I get
feel
it.
like
Yeah.
I feel like platforms like X is giving them that, because when you used to work with X, you had certain guardrails to prevent such
I
things.
missed that time because I know like, by now a lot of accounts will go down.
You understand? You could report but in this whole free speech, whatever, somebody can just come after your family, and you can't do much about it. You can only mute them or block them. And I feel like
I mean,
Well,
actually,
it's
at those times, if you can't even take the account down because it's free speech.
yeah,
You
but
can only
I think it
take
was
the
a bit-
account down when they maybe post someone's nudes or
Yeah.
something like
But you would agree that the control, or shall I say the moderation,
yeah, it's obviously gone down
yeah,
because
was
no
way-
one really
way
cares.
better.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, do you think Headless? I mean, the anonymous Headless. Do you think Headless could have built this while still anonymous?
I think you could have.
How?
I just
To an
think
extent.
that it wouldn't have happened as quickly as it did. So the reason why I'm saying it is the personality was already there. The loyalty, the fan base, all of that was there. And that's what would help you to monetize. You even had sponsors beyond a certain point. But what you have now is a lot more potent because we can put a face to it. So you can sit in rooms and have conversations. You can sit on panels and have exhibit thought leadership. There are so many other opportunities that have, should I say, given your brand more weight. So now, even if you're charging someone, and this is for who is sponsoring today.
Kiss.
So if it's Kiss, you can charge them a lot. I hope you've increased your rate.
Normal.
Fantastic stuff. So you can charge them a lot more because the value is now a lot more. So I think it could have happened just further down the line. So yeah, that's why I'm excited.
You know, because of the anonymity, I don't think it could have happened at all. Because if you are in Headless Media,
You can't say you're in Headless
yes.
Media.
I can't trust everyone in this room to keep my secret.
true.
And there will be more guests coming in. And I can't trust everyone
Yeah.
to keep it the secret. And as soon as one person lets out a hint, it's over.
Yeah.
But I think you've set a premise that people can start anonymous. And that's a good thing because the biggest challenge for creators when they want to come out is, oh, I'm shy, I'm afraid, people will laugh at me, what will people think? Yeah, even me, I go through that sometimes. But yeah, I think now the barrier for entry, I see people post that every time about it, it's embarrassment, right?
Yeah.
But you can use an anonymity to be the
To
barrier
overcome that hurdle.
barrier to enter by just being mysterious and using it to test the waters, being faceless for a while, and it might work.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's more about the sustainability of you being anonymous. That's what we are here to actually witness, because being at your peak of being anonymous, we saw it, like Headless YouTuber here, Headless YouTuber here, everything, so on and so forth. But the sustainability in terms of having to attract new brands. Fortunately for the environment we live in, it's not every brand that understands the creative approaches we often introduce to our work. Right? Kiss may agree and see the vision from behind and say, look, let's roll. But if you're going to maybe do this with some other brand, you're like, hey, how do we trust you? We don't know your face. If something goes wrong, what are we going to do? Why are we going to hold accountable? Who do you work with?
Where can we find
Where
you?
can we find you? You get me? So, I mean, to get to a point too, as much as like Ribeiro said, you would have been able to build this, but having to sustain it would be very, very difficult, because you have to employ people. You couldn't do it on your own. You have to get people to, support you and everything. Now we are here today because we revealed.
Yeah.
There's trust. People see you. They know where to find you. They know where to find your friends. Companies can say, okay, fine, we can give you our money. We can give you our brands.
Yeah.
People can say, okay, I want to work with you now. And today we are here. Today we are doing talk to, Nameless Pod. People can come and do talk to Kula. Because I was wondering, how are you going to do talk to Kula?
Yes.
Being quote unquote headless. True. Are you going to wear that?
And you sign an NDA.
You sign like plenty work.
Long.
Yeah,
So that means we can all unanimously conclude that the face reveal.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
yeah.
But of
Very
course,
The proof of concept is there. It's this.
Thank you very much.
you said they should start studying in universities.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly,
No, it's actually a good case
it's
study.
a really good case study. Just even there, just building that audience, because most of the time, when Meister is teaching about brands, he talks about relatability and all of that. And if you don't show your personality, how are people going? But you were able to do that even anonymously. So much so that we were looking forward to, okay, I want to see what Headless has to say about this or that.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know who it was.
Yeah. And also the time, the strategy you put into the reveal is also part of the case study. Anybody could have just said, okay, fine.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah. Because you said you're going to reveal at 50K.
Yes.
Then you said, no, let me do 100K.
Yeah.
Then you go to 100K, you're like, let me take these guys on a ride. I mean, that is like...
Do you think the name will stay Headless?
Yeah. I mean, all those times I used to shorten it like HYT. I used to shorten it like Headless YouTuber HYT.
Okay.
I used to shorten it, but I don't know if I would. The name will still stay Headless anyway.
Right now, what does it mean to you in this new growth, this new life?
We can see
This
your
new
head.
Yeah, right now-
dispensation.
Right now, it's more like a brand name with a very rich history. The history is there. So right now, if you see me and someone tells you this guy is called Headless, you'll definitely be curious. Why is he called Headless?
Then it allows you
And
to
now
take them
Talk
through.
about it.
tell
through the
person
journey.
rich history.
Yeah.
This guy be sharp guy.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of
Now
sense.
let's move the conversation a little bit away from me and my. Let's go to the creator economy. I've seen you post a lot of gems out there for the creators. We're posting about brands and about creators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think brands in Ghana understand creators and vice versa?
I think it's been evolving to just like you were evolving. I mean, I don't mean to sound old, but like I come from a time where people Kenny.
I'm not judging. I'm just...
The disclaimer is loud.
I come from back in the day.
That's what you wanted to say.
Back in the
Back in the day. I said no.
when brands didn't even know what to do with social media. I remember I set up the account, the Twitter account for Vodafone and stuff. Yeah. We came and almost about 5 people had the password to their Facebook, and all they do is pick the approved creative that went on BTL, ATL, and then they just put it on the page and they call it a day. So I've seen budgets move from traditional and start shifting to social media, and then now start shifting to content creators and influencers. So it's taken a while, and the thing is that a lot of brands just feel like, oh, creators are they. I don't even know what to say. Like, I've lost my. Anyway, let him take it, and then I'll come back to that. I'm overthinking it.
But if you know land,
How will we land?
Okay.
Okay,
the OG.
people come to us and they see creators like their billboards.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, like I wanted to get my words right. They
Yeah.
see creators like creators are billboards. So, I like Kula. He's famous. So just give him this money and let him post this for me. So if let's say Kula ends his post by saying Yenko, they expect that, and they can come to you and say, oh no, end it by saying thank you for banking with us.
Yeah.
But that is not Kula's
Style.
his style. It's not his style. You need to align and adjust with the creator's style. And that is where the problem is. So brands are just treating them like how they would have placed a billboard or placed an ad in a TV station, but they don't understand that these people are creators. They have a life of their own. The reason why their audience like them, the reason why they like them, that is the way in which I should engage. They should even ask the creator that, okay, we have this campaign. This is what we're about to put out. How do you think you can amplify this? We want maybe 100 people to patronize us. How do you think you can bring this to life as a creator? And then based on that, the person can say, okay, I'll do 2 posts like this. My post around 5 o'clock. People like it when I do this. When I go and do this people, and I say this, people like this. And then people agree on something. But you don't come and then you do a script for them. And then you say, no, you have to say this. And when the people don't want to say it, then it's a struggle. I've managed like 3 of the biggest creators in Ghana in the past. And that was like one of the biggest challenges. A brand will come to, we want them to post it like this. And then the creator are like, no, I don't post like this, or that my people will not eat this up. And the brands are thinking the creators are being long and they're fighting them. They're saying no. And then they'll say, okay, we'll blacklist you and all those kind of things. Yeah. It does happen. Yeah, you hear things like that. Or they just get frustrated. They feel like the creator is not working the way they want them to work. So they want to either move on to another creator. So I think brands the budgets are shifting to the creator side because they've seen it work in the past, or someone at the top is saying that use them. But the people at the bottom, or the people who are actually acting on it, don't know how to use them. And I think it needs to be a collaborative effort. Everybody needs to sit together and then agree on how the creator would amplify what the brand wants to say, than just imposing, say this like this, say everywhere you go, say this, say this. I mean, it's just an example. But
I have a question
yeah.
for Meister. I'm sorry, I've become the only for this season. My question was, do you think there's any brand that has fully understood how to harness the potential of a creator right now?
Doesn't come to mind right now, but maybe as we go along, some will pop up in my head.
I asked
Do
because
you- what about you?
I couldn't think of anyone. That's what I was asking.
I mean, the fact that it's not top of mind tells me that it's
If we say Nana Mama Brown we term her as a creator, I think some brands have understood and allowed her to run it the way she would run it.
okay.
Like High Sense have allowed her to be herself.
Yeah.
They've not imposed. But maybe if you're thinking of the new age content creators, and Nigerians do well with that though, with the skit makers.
Yeah.
They are able to craft it in the way that they want to craft it. But in Ghana, I haven't really seen a creator crafting the ad, making it feel like it's part of them. You always see it and you feel like
It looks
this
so
is
fake.
paid.
Yeah. Paid for.
Well, I've seen Joey B do something really cool back in the day with there was this fintech brand. I don't know if they're still there, but he used to do these natural skits where he's running on the street, and it used to feel very Joey B.
Wow.
It used to feel very authentic. But if I remember any, none comes to mind now. If I remember any, I would mention it. Yeah.
Well, I think Meister said it best. That's the fundamental problem. Brands see creators like billboards. I mean, they see them as placement vehicles. And that's because they often look at the creators or they approach these creators based on their followers. So they see the followers like the reach, right? Which you and I in our circle know as CPM. cost per milli, right? For those of you who are, and so they feel like, okay, fine. If I engage a brand like Headless has 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, so he's going to be my billboard for 200,000 people, right? So that's why they give it to you like they have come to engage a marketing agency to give them a copy, a headline, whatever, and then you come and just blast it the way they want it because they are seeing you as a billboard. They're not seeing you as a creator, and I think that's where the gap is. Like whoever is heading these departments need to also understand that times have changed, and influencer marketing requires different types of engagements because the reason you would hear my name in your meeting in your rooms is because I'm doing something my audience loves, right? And my audience follow me because of what I am doing. So you need to trust me to deliver your product to my audience the way they know me best. I mean, I've seen you. I mean, people even applaud you for that. How you do your ads, like
You never see it coming.
and all of this. Like, it comes off naturally. Like, and by the time you realize, it's in your head, and that's the beauty of the creator economy and influencers being involved in some of these marketing. And I've also realized that these brands who have challenges with creators doing what they do best are the expensive ones. I don't know why. The small agencies or the small brands, they have like, oh, whatever you can do to make it happen, make it happen. But the ones who pay the big bucks, like
because the budgets
Because
are high.
they are used to calling the shots because they have the money.
Yeah, but the question I've asked myself is, would a brand like Nike or Adidas have the same challenge?
No, I think
in a different environment.
Global and multinational brands understand how to use creators.
So the problem is Ghana.
It's
Africa.
I think Ghana people are, because it's a new phenomenon. They're now trying to understand how to use the creator. But globally, they've seen it. They've seen it happen. They've seen how creators have taken things upwards for them. So they allow the creators to create, and then they just agree. Maybe there's a guide on things you can't do,
yeah.
or maybe at the end of the day, it should how do you call it? It should bring this point to the top. And then they allow them to create. But here, you see that there are a lot of rules. Like, we see briefs come to us and they say, oh, let the creator do this and let him say this, let him say this. Like, no. The people who follow the creator follow them for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Follow them for how they talk. Follow them for what they say. And then you want to now let them talk like you as a brand.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply like that. It's not a TV ad. It's not a radio ad. It is
Exactly.
a human being who is making people that love them choose you because they are trying to make it look like they love you.
So in essence, the brand is paying or commission the relationship the creator has with his audience.
Yeah.
And not necessarily because you have 200,000.
Yeah, and then the creator just becomes like a vehicle. Because when you think about influence is just to say that, okay, I look up to this person so much that whatever they say or whatever they do, because I aspire to be like them or I admire them, I also do some.
Yeah.
You understand? But then now you see creators who come and say, oh, I just signed this with this brand. Or when they're about to post, I see the one Snapchat ones. Okay, I have 4 brands to post today. Okay, then they'll say, they'll read it out like,
on Snapchat.
oh, you don't see Snapchat ads. Oh, no, they'll say, oh, today have 4 more ads to post. Then they'll say, okay, so go and buy this bikini. Go and buy this. And it should not be like that.
Very
because
inauthentic.
you should wear it and people should be like, your body is tea. And then you'll be like, oh, yeah, I got it from, people who are asking my bikini, I got it from here.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be authentic.
Yeah.
But then you see someone sitting there, right? I just signed my deal with this. I understand that now you have to say it's an ad, but it is losing that thing gradually that like for you to and they only do it because they want people to say that they are growing as a creator. So now it's even about them more than even about are you converting for the brand? But you just want people to see that you are growing as a creator, so you are signing deals.
Yeah.
But just start talking about the product, and people should wonder why now you are always maybe drinking coffee from here or you are wearing this T-shirt, and then be curious, and then you gradually endorse it, and it makes it feel like you're actually influencing people.
What Meister is saying is how I see product placement in movies, music videos. You don't necessarily have
sponsored by.
You understand? You don't necessarily have to say sponsored, but it's there. It's natural. In fact, some of us don't do it well, but it's naturally placed and it captures. If it's a scene, it adds to the color of the scene and so on and so forth. But what we are seeing is not essentially what we.
But with that, how do how do we change that? As in, make the companies stop seeing creators as billboards. Is there any way we can do that?
I think it'll take a while because it's as a brand, it's my money, and this is how I want to spend it, and this is how. If you don't do it like this, I won't feel satisfied. It's a lot of education. Unless we see like case studies of a creator doing it their way and it's changing like the business trajectory of a specific brand, and then now people start copying. I think that's the only way. People will just start copying.
So someone has to do it.
Who said this recently? Someone said it recently that the people even in the marketing managers, it was Kojo Sobo.
Yeah.
They are afraid of money. Their eye no open.
Yeah.
They don't know what's cool.
Yeah.
They've come into the business and what they've seen as sponsorship is, oh, you do these 3 things. So now they don't want to suggest anything new, or they don't want to now go and pitch that. Let's try this. It will work. Like, for example, a lot of brands now doing podcasts, like banks.
Yeah.
And as they're doing the podcast, they're running the podcast like it is GTV. Sorry.
Don't
Please add this to the snippets you post, okay?
Oh my God, please.
And make sure that you zoom in on his face so that they know he said it.
They are running it like it's a traditional television program.
We're right back after this commercial break.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah, but you realize that they're only doing it because they've seen everyone doing podcasts, and someone has just said, "Why don't we have a podcast?" And then they're just trying to adapt it. I mean, that's their effort of their way of trying. Why I'm saying this is that until someone has done it for it to work, or you've seen best case study of how a creator has carried a brand authentically, and people believe it so much that. Now people will now start saying, oh, do it like this person. Do it like the way Kula does it. Do it like the way IJ does it. And then that's when I have to start picking up. But a lot of people don't want to listen and are not ready to listen because this is what their company has done in the past 4 years when it comes to working with creators. Or I did some work for a client, right? The furniture company. And I want to mention names too. And there was this big actress that he had paid back in the day, like years ago, to be the brand ambassador. So then now, to him, that person was like top. She used to do movies across Nigeria, Ghana, and she was big. Now, he did a meet and greet at the furniture, whatever place. And when they did a meet and greet, the people who came, because some of the furniture had like $50,000 upwards.
Expensive.
And then the people who came were like young kids, people from the streets, people who can't buy the thing. So he was so disappointed that like he vowed never to do that kind of like endorsement anymore. Now, when I was doing consulting for him, I was suggesting content creators, influencers, and the guy was like, nothing will ever make him use a content creator or an influencer. He was like, so, and when he told me the story, and I understood why, because the mindset he's had of content creators or influencers is a brand ambassador time where you pay someone, put them on a billboard, and then they are just there for like whatever. So he doesn't think he can convert. He doesn't think that until people started actually coming and visiting his facility and like on their own, creators would just show up and say, and come and use the place and then do their own content and post it. And you see that people are coming and say, oh, I saw this on TikTok. And he's like, what you said is actually right. Wow. So people are stuck in what has worked in the past. And if what has worked, like with regards to, let's say, the brand ambassador type thing, didn't work for them, then they don't see the need of using content creators. Or if they decide to use content creators, they'll still use the content creators with the same format and formula like they were using brand ambassadors.
Would you advise creators to move to brands, suggest bold campaigns to brands or like collaborations?
I agree. Someone like I would say the name Chef Abby. I admire her so much because she gets up, puts together her own concepts and ideas, and reaches out to brand and she calls the shots. The one that she did where she was feeding
Big
people on the streets. She was rejecting some brands. Some of them will come and they want to do things the way I introduced her to some brand and they wanted to do things the way they wanted. She was like, no, it doesn't work like that. One of them even wanted exclusivity. She said, listen, all brands are coming on board. Your competitors are coming on board. And I don't think this will work for me. And she called the shots. So I think creators should pick themselves up, create their properties, and teach the brands how to work with them. than wait and say, oh, I want to work. I see people do that all the time. They tag brands. I want to work with these 5 brands this year. It's not tagging them that will.
No, it is positive affirmation.
It is good, but create. Okay, you've tagged them, but create. The tagging is a way for them to even know you exist. Fine, but create what you want to do this year and how it to tie into it and how it to benefit them, and go and present it, because then now you have popular. So when you show up and they say, oh, Olele has come and wants to share something with your marketing manager, they are already excited to have you. And then when you present it, they don't want to lose an opportunity like
But
that.
Master, I think the fear with that also is the IP. The fear of losing your IP too, because you are the smaller quote unquote fish here.
I actually disagree.
And because
Bohobium.
and for me, because of where I sit and the conversations that come from where I sit, that's what I'm saying. Like, someone might have a great idea, but the fear of moving from that seat into the seat of a corporate office, right, is that I'm afraid that when I send my idea or put out my idea, they may not take me, or they may not take my idea and pay me for it, but they'll get someone else to do that idea. That's why I feel like, I know the conversation was going that direction. That's why I feel like all things being equal, creators need management. They need people who can speak the language of these corporate bodies. Because like he said, tagging them on Twitter or X or whatever is not enough. How are you presenting your pitch? How are you reserving the meat of your IP until you are booked or until you are given the opportunity to actually do whatever you want to do? Most of the creators don't know that. Most of the creators don't do that. He has tried that for some time. He's worked with not just influencers, but he's worked with musicians. I was happy to
It's hard, though.
I was happy to see, there was a trend that was going on about, tell us a story about the music industry. And I was happy because I got the opportunity to see the Mr. Easy pitch. I saw the music. I mean, he showed it to me in private conversation. So when I saw it, and people were like, "Oh my god!" So you realize that
was just 2 pages.
Just 2 pages. So imagine the other pages that people have not seen, right? And there are creators out there who are dreaming big. They want to do big things. They have a big idea, but they don't know the routes to take, right? And they go in there naked. They go in and they come back naked. You get me? So I feel like, as much as possible, talking about building infrastructure, what creators do really need is management, protecting them, protecting their ideas, so that when they go in there, they know that, okay, fine, I didn't get a job, I didn't get a gig, but I still have my idea.
Right. But I want to hear Keni.
Keni, you said you disagree.
So he's added more flesh to his story, but but the reason why I said I disagree is right now, like Meister is saying, things are shifting. I can even be a very little known brand, very little known creator, and I can do something, and tomorrow I wake up, poof, to 10,000 TikTok followers. Or I can decide to talk about something that a company has done that didn't go well. And because people like tea, all of a sudden, I've become a celebrity, and I can do story time part 5, part 6, and people will show up and watch. So I think the first thing is, companies need to understand that things have shifted, so they need to shift their mindsets alongside that. The second thing is, creators need to understand the kind of limitless power they have. I think too many of us downplay the amount of power that we have as creators, the kind of influence we are able to build off of a smartphone and an internet connection. That company with the 10,000 etc. budget cannot create that kind of connection. You've built that audience over time. If you say, I say you should go and buy this thing, they will go and buy it. And that power, a lot of people don't have. So when you sit in a room like that, you must be aware of your power. And I think that for a lot of creators, they haven't done the work of even understanding how they're able to convert, how they're able to influence, which is why when they sit in a conversation like that, it's like, oh, please, I beg. No. The
brand needs you.
Exactly. Yeah. You are struggling. There are 10,000 other people with their budgets. Everybody's competing for billboards, for sponsored posts, for what's it called? Galentine's, for Valentine's Day. It's the same generic things. I'm a creator. I have followers, X number of followers. They're used to this kind of content. This is the angle I'm pitching to you that will make you reach X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. So in a way that you haven't done that before.
Basically, you're saying that The creators don't even know. They don't even know
They
what
don't
they're
even
selling to
know.
the brand.
No.
They just go there. I have 10,000 followers.
No.
Work with me.
And even the company should be thinking, who do I want to reach? Not necessarily which creator do I like. Who do I want to reach? Because if I want to reach Gen Zs between 18 and 25, who are those Gen Zs listening to? That's where it starts from. It's not about, I don't like this girl. I don't like the way she dresses. I don't like
The blacklisting conversation.
She's not representing you. She's representing
The relationship. with the
should I
audience.
say that she's that link to the people you want to
You want
reach.
to reach. Okay.
So what you can do is, in terms of protecting your brand, because I've worked for the corporate side, I know how thick the brand guidelines are. Even for just like just like a poster, they're like
where the logo should be.
where the logo should be, what it cannot be, what it cannot be
What you're
grayscale,
not
it
allowed to
cannot.
say, what you're
And I
allowed to
understand
say.
that because
Sometimes
it takes
even
time.
the colors you
what
need
you
to
wear.
Yeah.
That's fine, but you can't place an albatross on a creator with a 700-page brand guide. No. So I think companies need to start having those kind of conversations and be aware of the fact that, listen, okay, if I say it's Coca-Cola I want, Coca-Cola, I'm giving you free ideas. No, I've taken it back. So if it's a company that wants to do something, and these are the people I want to reach during this World Cup season, who are the people who are holding the conversation? Those are the people I need to go to, not necessarily who's popular on TikTok. And I find that mismatch, the creators themselves don't understand the power they have. The companies themselves have not been able to dissociate my personal feelings from the company I represent and who we want to reach. Once we're able to bridge that gap, honestly, the way Chef Abis is able to own her conversation is because she knows I have power. I've built the platform, multiple channel platforms. So it's not, I'm not coming for you to beg me. And that's why she can say no. You can't say that.
Certain brands.
Yeah.
But in doing all these things, does the creator need to have a management?
Absolutely.
Or have management?
At least there should be some deliberate strategy around whatever it is. Maybe you don't have a manager, your own content creator or something, but you must at least have an idea of, this is where I am now. In the next 5 years, this is how I want to be positioned. What are the things I'm doing between now and the next 5 years to get there?
I think on the journey, right? When the creator starts the journey, they can do it on their own.
Yeah.
In the beginning, gathering the audience, understanding what you're actually creating to get people excited, you're doing it on your own. But when it gets to a point where, okay, it's time to monetize, people, you start by seeing, and we get that a lot. They come to Jambo and then they say, oh, brands have been emailing us now, emailing me now. I don't know how to approach it. What do I say? How do I respond to this? That's when you know that you need a manager. And then you also need a manager who understands what they're doing. You don't just call your friend and say, oh,
Manage me, respond to the email.
That's what we call a local fixer.
I mean,
inflated title.
there are different types of managers. There are managers that people just appoint because, oh, it's my friend, because of trust. There are managers that are like their peers. Oh, we hustle together. There are managers that are like, this person knows what he's doing. I've come to them and I want them to do it. I think most creators should look for that manager that knows what they're doing. It's tricky in this part of the world because sometimes the manager who knows what he's doing might exploit you. See that,
Undercut you.
I'll take go collect money. Yeah.
Problem,
So there should be a balance of trust. And one thing you to also understand as a creator is that when you choose a manager, the manager is your employee. Yeah, the manager is working for you. You've hired the manager, and you should be able. Your contract should be able to let you cut off the contract anytime.
If you no
the
longer
manager is not
serves
doing
your
a favor
interest.
because they're taking their percentage from.
Does this
everything.
apply for the music?
Music too, yeah. Like I was telling someone recently that I don't even want to go into detail, but
This podcast.
Be like,
no, I was working
you
with
don't want to talk about it. You don't want to mention names.
I was working with an artist, right? And I sent my PA that day. I could not show up for a show, and I sent my PA to ensure that like the sequence is great. They get the songs to the DJ, make sure that it's time for their set, make sure that they're sitting in the green room, all that. And then I was there like that day I could not go. I was at home like midnight. I got a call. He called me, was complaining. The person said I'm talking to them anyhow, and I'm not. And I told them to sit here, and they got up and they worked around. And they're talking. I'm like, listen, you work for them. You are not their boss that you are saying sit here, don't go here. No, you work for them. Like you are standing there as me. You are like the person has employed you to work for them. So you make sure that things go just in their like they're allowed to walk around, right? They're not kids. You understand? They're allowed to walk around. They're allowed to do whatever they want. Just make sure that when it's time for the performance, they call them at this time, and the person did not understand the concept because he went there feeling like
A boss.
a boss that like no, like
The manager.
and I'm
the
calling
manager.
you
De
to
facto manager.
and he's calling me to escalate it, so that I also call and scold the person. I'm like, hey, me, I want to keep working with this person. I'm not going to call and scold the person. The person, you need to work with them. Like, so basically, the manager is your employee as the creator. You need to. Both of you need to know exactly what you're looking out for. Also, so I said you should start on your own, and then when you feel like you need a manager, because at that time you know what you want.
Yeah.
You know what the manager is coming to do. It's not like come and manage me and then I'm just there. Anything, just tell me. No. You know that you want these kind of brands. You know that you want to start making this kind of money. You know that you want to take your brand from here to here. So you are holding the manager accountable. So sometimes when creators come to us with my team, my co-founders, we have these interview sessions with them. Ask them, what do you want to achieve? What are you trying to do? What is success for you? Last 2 weeks, we had a conversation with the creator. What is success for you? She's like, me anything. Me, I just want to blow.
That's what Keni is saying.
I'm like, you can't say that because if after, and you know the thing with creators, as they start to pop, everyone starts to talk in their ears.
Yeah.
It's the same with music artists.
Yeah.
They start to say, you can do better than this, or there's more opportunity here, or your management is not doing
They're not doing
good.
it.
And then now they get confused, like the expectations are like all over the place. Like, hey, am I doing more? Like, look at my people in Nigeria. Hey, look at my people here. But if you know what you want and you know what you've told your manager, and you can easily tell from when anyone comes to talk to you that, we are on course. We are almost closing this deal. Where the person said, okay, get me travel deals. We are working on it. We've done this. You know, because you're not just sitting there waiting for anything to come to you or hoping that you will, like, if anything pops. You know what you're working towards. So, I just think when it gets to that point, when they're picking a manager, they should know exactly what they want and they should task the manager to deliver based on that.
Do some brands sideline creators because they have managers now?
Yeah, it's common. So when brands come to us sometimes, and now we're not actively managing any creator, but when brands come and they see that you're being professional, then they want to just DM the creator directly. Oh, wow. So the creator too needs to know that when they DM them, they should send it to the manager and insist that the manager, whatever. I even had a call last year. The creator came and everything was verbal. He and the brand had verbal conversation. And then now they had gone to announce some reward and some number of devices. And then the brand said, hey, they didn't say that. And then the creator now wants, he had to pay with his own money.
What?
Hey. Yeah, because now the person who was won is harassing him. And it's in his DMs, like, but you said we win this, 3 people will win out, the third person. And the brand said, we didn't say that. We didn't say it. So I asked him, what's the contract? What was the arrangement? When did they send an email saying you should do this reward? He said, no, we were just in the room and the person from the brand said it. And the person is me from the agency and said, reward 3 people. And then he too went online and rewarded 3 people. So paperwork. You see where you see where the issue is. Like, even there's no paperwork, it's a lot of vibe. A lot of creators are excited to just work with the brand. That, like, when the brand even just DMs them, I want you to post my product, then they just run. They don't even say, can you sign a contract? Some are learning, some are not. Some too are just happy to show that they work
with this brand and work with this brand.
That's crazy.
Because it's validation for them at that point.
Yes, because they get more brands as they do that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
And
you can't blame them.
With PR, how important is PR or good PR to content creators?
I think, first of all, these days, when you hear people say PR, they just, I don't know. I think that we've reduced it to, it's like they've done some settings, they've cooked some settings, and everybody's talking about them, either positively or negatively. But For me, I think we should look at PR as like relationship management.
Okay.
So the relationship of that content creator or that brand with the immediate community, with the brands that want to work with it, with in fact, the government in certain aspects. Like, think of it as relationship management, me managing the relationships I have with the multiple stakeholders in my life. If you look at it that way, then it's no longer, I've cooked something. Okay, oh, they are dragging Mahama about Galamsey, so let him walk and hold someone's umbrella. Oh, Rupia, Mahama is cooking. Oh, Mahama is not. No. The umbrella video is nice, but it doesn't change my perception about his fight on Galamsey.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
So, as much as possible, think of it as a relationship management situation. Don't think of it as, what can I do? People are talking about me positively or negatively. If you do that, you just be, it's, as we were talking about this just before the conversation started, people can just decide I'm on your case, and then you be just acting like, should I say, a puppet, following whoever is dragging you or whoever is not. So for content creators, I would say, one, your first stakeholder is you yourself. Like, think about me. What do I want people to know about me? About what perception do I want people to have about me or my expertise or whatever it is that I do? Let's start from there. Then, what do I want the general public to think about me? Which is why you don't go and insult someone just because they've insulted you. You never get me. I don't care what you have to say about me. I will never stoop to your level and respond. Because for me, that's part of the brand that I want to build for myself. But a lot of content creators will, you drag me, I will drag you back. I'll show you that
I can also drag you.
But unfortunately, you're on the timeline or on that wherever it is with everyone else who's quietly watching, observing how you're handling that disagreement. And it is forming an impression about you. So even that general public, then the people that you work with. So this person who said, I'm rewarding 3 people, it's good for him that he's making sure that people can trust his word that he's rewarding 3 people. Because if his community doesn't trust him, the next time he says, I'm doing something,
They're not gonna mind him.
That's why he feels obliged now to pay for it, because he doesn't want to let down his community.
And I'm sure the recipients will never get to know that.
that's how
I
deep
mean, the
it was.
recipient was frustrated at that point, but he was trying to find a way around it to manage the situation.
So the thing is, people think, okay, I've recorded a video or I've sitting on this podcast. But if you do the day-to-day relationship management with yourself, with your stakeholders, you'd realize that a podcast is just an add-on. I sit on a podcast, people get to hear my voice, see the way my mind works. If I've already done the work on the TL, then people will think, oh, I've been seeing this girl on the TL. Oh, she actually knows something. Do you understand? So it's just a build-up. So is the podcast or the blogger following you is just an add-on to whatever it is you are doing on the day-to-day. Most of the time, we miss the day-to-day. We miss okay, who are my stakeholders? Who am I actually talking to? Who am I handling? Who do I want to get on? Like, whose radar do I need to get on at this point? Where do I need to do that? If you don't do that on the day-to-day, it's not the podcast or the nicely, because like I said, the umbrella is nice. Everybody would, JM. It doesn't solve the problem there. If you understand what I mean. So it's very important. But I find that people misinterpret what PR necessarily is. It's public relations, pretty much.
Just a few days ago, when you made that post from the Ghana police,
Yes.
and everyone started dragging you, and some people were like, "Oh, this guy, I've never trusted him. This guy is always doing this." Everybody will come and share their opinion.
Yeah.
And
see, let your yawa come. You see the same people who said Hosanna will say crucify him. They will,
I don't rate you anymore.
in a moment like that, what was going on in your mind based on your brand? Because you've built a brand that puts out trusted information, deep throat information. So in a moment like that where everyone was on you, or this is fake, this is propaganda, and this, what was going through your mind?
Well, I mean, if you're doing your job, you're doing it well, right? You are not pretty much moved by some of these things. Well, I know Messi is on the field. or Cristiano Ronaldo's on the field and he's delivering, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not afraid of the defenders he's going to be facing. They are there to pose threats. They are there to even add to his aura. You get what I'm saying? So I build my
the reference is reference.
I build my social currency on making people shut up themselves. So, and I'll come to what Kenny said. For some of us, we have PR institutions embedded in us. So we studied.
That's it.
We get it. So we know when we are at crisis, right? If our brand is at crisis, we know that, okay, fine. We need to speak to the crisis and then let the community understand what's happening. I think, Kenny, yourself, you did something on the crisis communication, what brands need to do and stuff like that. So what I did was very simple. I spoke to my lawyers before I even came out to put anything. Now, that's what people don't know. Like, when it comes to certain things, I speak to my legal team and then they give me direction. Then I just add the PR aspect of it. Because, you see, as a creator, it's not like, let me rephrase this. People, we need PR, right? But it's not the way people think we need it, right? Content creators, to them, are doing PR with their content. They're already relating with their audience. In fact, that's how they build their audience, right? But PR is for institutions. It's for like you said, the governments. They are journalists. You need to speak to their brands, their corporate bodies. Like, you are surrounded with a great cloud of witnesses.
Literally.
You get me? So you need to position yourself in that corner for them to see that you can even handle your crisis when it arises. Okay? Now, when you're dealing with something like a government agency or a security agency like the Ghana Police, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not something, and I've not built a brand on
Vibes.
TTA, like that kind of thing. It's not a joke. We are not joking here, you understand? Like, we can joke about football.
Yeah.
Because it's a free flow sport. Everybody can do it. But I always say, journalism and the kind of journalism I do, it's not a joke. India grow a hand. I remember when the Chef Smith thing happened, I was arguably the only person who came out to say, look, I'm sorry, I missed it. I came out, I apologized, I retracted. There were other media houses who moved on like they didn't care.
Which Chef Smith?
Oh, Millennium Chef Smith. Guinness World Record.
When he announced, okay,
you understand?
Okay.
I think barely anybody survived that. I would say it was like a tsunami of some sort, right? Because even the national newspaper.
I still don't understand why you do that.
You get it? That thing taught me a lot. That thing really, because everybody missed it, but for some reason, Olele Salvador was getting the heat, and I was
It's the ego that you have chosen.
You understand? But I came out to apologize. I came out to retract and say, look, I'm going to put measures in place to make sure that next time, and that thing changed my position on certain matters. So before I come out to say something, best believe that I have done my groundswork. And we've put in, or we've established guardrails to make sure that we don't find ourselves in positions where people begin to doubt what we say. Because that is why I was telling Kenny earlier that I'm happy with how even these days my content is coming out. Because you know that when Olele posts something,
solid,
it's coming from a solid place. It's not like too much. And Kenny, I like saying this because Kenny herself also did a content on quantity versus quality. It's not just about posting every day. Right. But your audience should know that when you post,
it makes
sense. It's coming from a solid place. Yeah. That in itself is positioning yourself in the lens of PR. You get it? Like, people say, oh, let me give you guys a very, very, very funny story. Once upon a time, Chance the Rapper's concert, Black Star Line concert, whatever. Yeah. There was a rumor going around that Kanye West was to come to Ghana. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, yeah. I hadn't written anything. Now, mind you, I had already done stories on Aja For Real. I arguably the first to have blasted that news on X. Kendrick Lamar in Ghana. Yeah. There were a number of exclusives I had. So I had like, back-to-back this thing. Yeah. So when the Kanye West news came, trust me.
Everyone was waiting for it.
I was shaking. Because I get, like, people were like, hey, Charlie, what's up? Charlie, letting me true. Meanwhile, I don't know. I don't have the confirmation, right? And I'm reaching out to my sources. I send my egos around They are selling this thing. Now, mind you, you are seen in the same company as other elders in the game, right? And they have missed it. So now you are like the Form 1 boy who needs to like either follow their lead or go against the rail. Kanye West was not in Ghana. Long and short, Kanye West was in Ghana, but everybody was waiting for me to come and put it out there. When you see that, that tells you that no, you've built your brand to a point where you can't drop your standards.
Yeah, you're like the BBC of.
You understand? You can't drop your standards. And Meister will tell you, sometimes I DM him privately and then we'll be running some checks. Recently, one of our brothers did something. I just checked with Meister. I said, bro, that lie. But I can't come and tell him in the front of like people like, oh, Charlie, the thing you put for there, it no be true. But we'll talk behind closed doors and do the checks together. You understand? And then do the corrections behind closed doors. Because it's not just about me. We need to be able to build the brand in such a way that other people are inspired to be ethical. For me, that's the goal. You can do entertainment journalism, you can be a pop culture journalist and be ethical. You don't have to like do yes say. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because what we do, it's not like, blog it. No. Meister will tell you the original idea behind blogging from the days of blogging Ghana. It's not what we are seeing today. Right now, it's like, I've seen it. Boom. No checks, nothing. And it's very easy for you to
just put the phone in their face. Sometimes they just post. They don't even add caption.
They don't even add caption.
Yeah, just the post.
You use your mind to tell us what's going on. You get me? So it makes sometimes our work difficult, but it also makes us understand that we are building institutions that are, designed as human beings. And so we put these things in place to protect us and also protect our community. Because when the Chef Smith happened, somebody said, oh, Olele, I screenshot. I didn't even read the news. So I just screenshot your tweet where I put my family group inside. See, I should talk am there. It be true. That thing made me go local. Like it scared me a lot because people are trusting you that you are going to bring the news. It is solid enough for them to know what we are doing on social media. We are reducing people from accessing websites, from reading articles, and that's why over time I've had to change the way I even write my news because I can write a 280 character news post. Somebody still doesn't get it. Like you can literally put the news out there and the person is still asking now with Grok, Grok, what is he trying to say? Like
explain to me like a 5-year-old.
You understand?
They'll write over there.
So right now as it stands, my brand is in competition with Grok. that is me, my threat. For other people, I don't know their threat, but my threat is I put out a news item or I put out a story and people are under my tweet asking Grok, what does this mean? That means I'm losing somebody.
I'm not communicating.
I'm not communicating. Yeah. So I've had to change that. That in itself is PR.
Because feedback is also part
feedback. Yeah. So if you are a creator and you don't have these things, you either study, you learn, or you find someone like Keni or Meister, do some quick workshop.
Please, we all go to Meister.
Go to Keni, guys. Go to Keni.
I go to Meister, guys.
Now, let's just tackle this one last one before we go.
Yeah.
Agencies and brands, are they paying creators what creators are worth? Or are creators being underpaid?
Meister has the data.
Yes, we've left it in. We'll support whatever he has to say.
It works both ways. I think the biggest challenge, the creators don't even know how to charge.
Yes.
Right? That's another question that we get all the time. How much do I charge? Recently, we just launched like an AI mentor on WhatsApp. Jumbo. I don't know if you've seen it. Ask Jumbo AI. And the end goal is that we are building a calculator in there so that you could just put your handle and it will show you how much you should charge. But I think for safety, creators should be able to charge just like how anything is sold. How much does it cost for you to create the content that you're about to create? The video, people you're going to get to shoot the video, or even your equipment, how much does it cost for you to create that? And then maybe you do like a 30% or 50% based on how much you value your brand, and then put it together and then you have your costs. Brands too, I don't think brands even think too much about the worth of the creator. They have a bucket that they've allocated on their, when you look at the marketing budgets, they have maybe digital and they lump ads influencers, whatever, under it, and then they put maybe 100K, and then they've sent it to the agency, and the agency will say, okay, we will use half of it for ads, and we'll use the other half for influencers. And then the agency too now look at that amount and say, how much profits can I get on top of this? So they will now probably even half that money there, and then I'll go with the other half and say, let's see who we can get. That's why an agency will come to an influencer and ask them, say, oh, this brand wants you to post this. The amount is 5K. And then when you're doing long, they just go to the next person. They'll do that till they find
Someone who
needs that
will
5K.
accept that.
And that is why an agency too will come sometimes. A brand maybe says they want IG. No, they want IG because maybe someone in their team likes IG so much, or they feel like IG is the one. And then they'll come and IG is doing long, and it's like, no, I'll take 20K, I'll take 20K. And then they come back and then they come and say, oh, IG is difficult to work with.
Yeah.
She's not going to be available. Or the last time people were complaining that she didn't do this well, you might not get a returns, and then they might go back.
Hey,
Because the trouble has
It is very hard.
because they can't get their
Yeah, it is very hard
they
that
also
they
give
might.
you
No,
a
because they are running a business. Don't.
No.
It's not. They're not cheating you. They are also running a business, and in business, you do markups before you do your fee.
Yeah.
It's
But
a thing.
are these agencies not being paid also? As in, if a brand has, let's say, 100,000 budget,
There's nothing nicer than more profits.
So it is
It's,
greed.
it's not greed. They are running a business. They are paying bills.
No,
no,
do you understand
no.
what Headless
Yeah,
saying?
what I'm
They are
saying
doing
is,
whatever it takes to get that the cheapest. It's not personal.
so
Because if you're running a business, you're doing whatever you can to operate at the most minimal. So if they've given you 10,000 to work with 4 creators, and you know you can get it cheaper than that, you try your best to get it as cheap as you can.
What I think, and I hope that's what
The
he's trying
brand
to say.
doesn't. The brand, trust me, the brand never tells the agency that give this person this amount. They propose.
No, but what I think,
Or they say,
what
I'm
I
going to
think-
talk
what I
to the
think Headless is
creator.
trying to say, and I think I'm on the same page with him, is the agencies. Say you are brand Meister, I'm agency Meister, right? Are you not paying me every month for the services I give you?
Yeah, they're
Good.
paying. It's 2 ways. It's either it's a retainer, there's a fixed amount that they pay you, and then you work.
So you are paying me for the services,
Yes.
whether it's a retainer or whatever.
Yeah.
So the influencer marketing, which is a product on itself, or a product on its own, right, receives a budget
for a specific
for
campaign.
a specific
Yes.
campaign. So
If the campaign is not there, it won't even happen at all.
yeah, so on paper, we both understand that okay, 100K is going to influencer marketing.
Yeah.
Why is the agency adding a markup to that?
It is,
Or to
if
reduce the
if
cost?
you know any agency person, there's always a markup on things, because sometimes you lose money in the process of even, let's say they say go and find lights. In the budget it says 10,000. You will make it 12,000 because you might lose some money by transport, by anything at all. So the
The
markup
rental
protects
fee
the
will go
amount.
up.
Or you might go to the vendor. You might go to the vendor. Last year, you probably did it at 10,000 and you put 10,000. You might go to the vendor and the vendor say, oh, they've increased things. It's 15,000 now. You can't go back to the client and say, oh, the vendors that we went to, they increased the amount. So please give us more. No, that is the budget you gave us.
You have to make it work.
You understand? So with the markups, it's not a great thing. It is protecting the business. It is making sure the business can run. If there's extra on top, even better for the business, because then you can operate and even do it well. If something goes wrong, and maybe they have to even find a replacement or find something that they can't go back to the client to do, take it from that, and then it will not affect them, because the markup cushions the business, and the business who has the amount that they've charged the client, that is goes straight to profit. So the markup cushions the business.
what I was saying is, if a brand comes to the agency and says, I want to work with Headless,
Yeah.
and Headless is charging, let's say, 30,000, and if the agency pays me 30,000, it will affect their chobo or whatever it is, and then they go back to the brand and tell the brand, oh, Headless is not available, or Headless is difficult to work with.
Those situations are not very common. Like if the brand comes and they say, and I don't speak for every agency, right? But most of the time, if the brand comes and say, oh, I like Headless, how much does he cost? They would reach out to you,
Okay.
find out the cost, and then they would go back and then they'll tell the brand the actual cost and say, okay, this is some go back and say, if you say 30,000, they'll go back and say 30,000. and then they'll charge that. But if sometimes you might say 30,000, they might feel like they can make something on top, and then they might go and say, oh, it's 35, and then they keep 5. Some. That's what I'm saying. I can't speak for every agency.
I mean, to them, so far as Headless is getting is 30K.
Yeah. Like me, when I was running Brand Meister, we give the creator
What's
their
it?
amount, and then we charge the agency a fee for even sourcing the creator and managing the creator. Because when the campaign starts, you have to be sure telling them, post 2 times at this time. Have you posted your thing? Do you need help? How do we do this? Like you would be on them, and the brand doesn't do that. So you
agency
charge a
doesn't
fee for that, but we don't take any money from the amount that we've
Yeah,
given.
gross.
We don't take whatever the influencer said. That is what we give.
I want to take this opportunity to ask this question because it was it was being talked about on the internet. I feel like
But some people add some, and that is their.
So there is a conversation, or there is a dark side to this where creators bemoan late payments or no payments after work.
Mm-hmm.
What really contributes to that, or what
There
constitutes
is
to that delay?
There's big companies, very big companies don't pay money upfront. They have a 30-day to 60-day window. Some of them even have a 90-day window.
Okay.
Yeah. So when they are working with you, the agency, assuming that you can pre-finance.
Oh,
That's even a criteria for you to be on their part of their agency list. Because for you to be a big agency,
Then you should have certain assets, certain
you should have
amounts,
money to be able to execute for them when they say, tomorrow, come and do setup in the office. You're not now saying, pay me the money before we show up. No, you come and do it and they invoice them and they pay you later.
Wow.
So the checks come sometimes 30 days. I think that the normal one was 60 days,
60
right?
days. I
Yeah.
mean, for the music labels and stuff.
Yeah.
I know I've seen 60, but for
60
the-
is like standard.
Yeah.
Now, but for me, where I sit, realistically, a lot of agencies don't want to take that burden on their head where they will pay upfront, because the money that they're paying upfront, they're using it to run other things. Yeah. So they will tell you that, oh, your money won't come till this time, and then they would, and sometimes the brands would delay because it's a big company. It's just one person who probably has to approve. It's not that the brand is sitting there saying, no, we will not pay this Olele's agency. No, they're busy. And there's probably someone supply chain who now has to send to finance, who will now approve it, and then they'll send it back. They'll say, oh, you didn't do
Internal
the
audits.
invoice well. Then they'll do the invoice, then it starts the process again. So a 60-day payment can do 90 days, or even something like can go on 180 days, almost a whole, half of the year before a payment finally hits the agency's account.
Is it just, I'm sorry, is it just because of time? Is it just exclusive to our ecosystem?
It's a global thing. It's only a few, like one of the tech companies, a lot of them can just pay you out front. But also finance, I think, I'm not a finance person, but I think finance does that for cash flow.
Okay.
The more money you can hold as a business, the more everybody wants to hold like the money. So they have days they pay out. You know, some companies will pay out maybe once a week or once a month or specific days. So no matter whether they have money or not, there's no payout going out until finance approves that today is a payout, then they pay all agencies and
it's
stuff.
not like the agencies are sitting on.
No, the agencies are not sitting on it.
Okay.
But for an agency, I think that ideally an agency should be able to have money down to pay,
Refinance something.
because it's not the creator's business. I don't care. Me, I've done my job. Pay me. On my contract, it says on delivery.
Yeah.
So when I finish, money for enter my account. Don't take the creator through the wahala that you're going with the brand.
Do they even tell them? Do they tell them?
They tell them sometimes that it's gonna come, but sometimes they are not open and they're just saying, oh we'll pay at this time, because they assume that maybe the campaign is gonna last this amount. They have probably pre-financed the deposit. You know that is it 50% or 70%. So then now after the pre-finance deposit, they've not received the rest of the money from the brand. So because of that, it is hard for them to now also take it from money that they're using to come and pay salary, pay watchman, pay for food for staff. It's going to eat into them as a business, and it can collapse their business because they are putting their personal money into making sure that the campaign happens.
Then we have a big problem.
I'm still waiting for some money from December.
The way he was asking the questions, I'm like, someone owes him money.
You either need to be very liquid, or you need to have some bank that has an open, what they call it, like a line of credits for you that you can be using for those things. But banks too here, I don't know. I ran an agency before, and it is so hard for a bank to give you a line of credits.
say my
No,
issue
we
with
have,
banks.
we have a big problem because, you know, with the conversations we had earlier, the topics we discussed, we talked about the evolution of influencer marketing, creators being seen as billboards and so on and so forth. How do they meet these creators halfway to let them understand that, look, these are some of the things we have to go through? Or how do these brands and agencies also level up to make the cash, come in quickly? Because these creators need the money to also fund their
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
whatever, upscaling or whatever. Like, I don't think we'd be here today if somebody delayed Headless YouTubers cash.
Yeah.
That's
The
the
delay
truth.
there is still there, but
You get me? So
we move.
I think
is the future
we
looking
should make a
promising
plea
for-
to financial institutions because if someone was in mining or some other business, they would easily give them a line of credit, right?
Yes.
There's something called a PO. You know what a PO is, right?
Yes,
The payment
purchase
order.
order,
The
payment
brand
order,
gives the agency the PO. That shows that I'll pay you in 30 days or 60 days. That PO, I should be able to show it to a bank, and the bank should give me the money. But when you go and show them the PO, they want you to drop the same amount down as collateral before they give it to you. If I had that money, then why am I coming to
One
you?
day, I think we should get maybe a banker here with you,
because the accountants the one who are-
sometimes some creators go for mortgage and stuff and they don't even get.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Wow,
I went and they call me.
what were
No,
you looking at?
it to take a while.
I show
no,
like I showed the guy my account and everything.
Yeah.
And if I were in maybe a banking sector or maybe I was working at a bank, like
Straightforward.
my salary was going through controller or something like
Yeah.
straightforward. But because I'm a content creator, no.
Wow.
And
So
it's
these
long,
are
but
some of the things that
Yeah.
I actually think. What's the name of Sam George's ministry?
Ministry of Communication.
Digital communication technology.
I find that you see, because we spend a lot of time playing politics with what is someone should be doing, what kind of policy we should be running. In the end, we are the ones who suffer.
Yeah.
So if we had spent time as a country deciding that by 2030, creators should be able to purchase property, get a line of credit, do this, do that, and do that. And we are starting one with monetization. We are starting with this. We are starting with that. And regardless of who the minister is, when you come, you continue from where we stopped.
Yeah.
We'll be somewhere.
Yeah.
But we'll spend 2 years. And you said this when you were in opposition, and now you're not responding to my tweets.
Commercialization of some
And
of
by the time we
It's
finish,
to
the
take a
TikTok
while.
will pass and nothing has happened. Even these bloggers, that pass has also started. No one is doing training on how to even responsibly report anything. So you as your mother's funeral and there's snot running from your nose, the blogger has a camera in your face.
Yeah.
You know, it will
Some way.
take a while because
Oh, please pass it on.
you see,
Pass it on.
traditional
I say I'm
businesses,
giving mine to Olele.
Bank-
That's like a pay.
banks,
Oh, come
traditional
You're the one who's
businesses,
newly
right?
married.
Traditional business banks are able to tell how they make money.
on. Okay.
You sell this, you're a trader. You work in whatever, you work with the mines. Like they are able to see how traditional business over time. But the creative economy, the spectrum is so large. There's fashion, filmmaking, advertising, animation, now content creation. That's even the worst because they don't understand how content
How
creators
it
make
works.
money. When you look at content creators' bank statements, it is very.
Yeah. Up and
You understand? Someday they can just hit boom 100K, then someday they don't have money for like
Like 6 months.
45 days. So a bank doesn't feel, you can't blame them. A bank doesn't feel confident to say, oh, we are giving you a mortgage or we are giving you a loan or something. Your money doesn't look stable.
Yeah.
And it's just something that is with the creative space. I think in other countries, they figured it out and they've understood how it works. The closest people to be able to get financing are YouTubers.
Yeah. 'cause
Last
they
time I
have-
called
they have
you
like- they have like
and I
a-
said I need to come sit with you. I didn't come.
they have
I'll
like
still
a
come
dashboard.
because I wanted to understand like how frequent. Because if you have a YouTube page, I know that you make money.
Yeah. Monthly.
It's consistent
Yeah,
based on
yeah.
how much you post, and even the
Yeah.
old videos are accruing revenue. So banks should be able to look at that and give you money, but it's gonna take a while. Maybe some fintech should get up and start that, and then gradually, or someone should create a credit score. We are working on it, but it's gonna take a while. Jabo is trying to do something like that to understand creators' credit score, but we can start with YouTubers because we know that you guys have constant money.
Headless, we have to go because
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I wanted to ask
definitely.
Meister. So should creators have should create, because you've spoken to me about trademark, registering a trademark. So, for example, Headless YouTuber needs to be registered. Then you register as a business, right? So when you go to such conversations, you don't just go as the human being.
Yeah, you go with the company.
You go with the company, right?
Yeah.
So these credit score conversations we are talking about, they should look at the bank statement from the brand Headless
Exactly.
YouTuber, not you as Kula, or not you as a
Yeah. So if you have you set up your Headless Media, it shows the revenue you make as Headless Media, and it shows company papers, everything. Like you approach it like.
So he's not going to show his YouTube dashboard. He will show statements coming in.
But it goes into an account, so it shows a bank account receiving credits.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Because the money goes into your bank account. Yeah.
Yes.
So he would show that as a company account, and that this is the money that they make. Brands are paying. You can see the trajectory or whatever over time, the money they make. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have one separate
we have to,
episode on that. Thank you
money.
so much.
And I wanted to add. I know I said managers are the employees, but with time, creators and artists need to see the managers as their partners.
Yeah.
And need to work together as partners. I know an artist and the manager who are now a partner and set up the business together, and they are shareholders, and they are taking it to the next level.
Oja. You have your packages, right?
Yes.
From Kiss. Yes, thank you so much, Kiss.
Last year we
So
came. This year
this year is more packed.
They've upgraded.
Yes.
I'm even afraid
Even
to
the
open
paper
it.
bag is looking more
Because
weird.
the last time we opened it, you were giving us bad advice. And we are celibate. So
Open it. There are a lot of goodies
You open yours.
in there.
I said I'm giving mine to you.
No, open yours and let's see what you are giving to me.
I'm giving mine
Let
to
the whole
you.
world see what you are giving to me.
Hey, do you know the bloggers will take that except and say, "Did you see Spotted
Wow.
DCS
I like this
and Keni
Like this
Ribeiro?"
one. Yeah, make sex great again.
It's a lot of comments.
That's where it came from.
We see a lot of comments
Yeah,
out
and there are a lot of the gel.
Hey, things are really
and
happening.
Some condoms.
as for the other ones,
the other ones, a lot.
I
a
will
lot
not
in there.
open it in the public eye.
Yeah, this
So
one,
while they enjoy what's in their goodie box and goodie bags, thank you so much
thank
for
you,
watching
Kes.
this.
Thank you for this. Thank you so much.
And this is the Nameless Pod. This is the second episode, but first episode from the new space. We'll be back with more episodes as time goes on, and we'll introduce our new hosts for the Nameless Pod. Until next time, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification, and also thank you so much to Mista. Thank you to Keni Ribeiro and also to Olele Salvador. And one on the
Yapang.